Open the chapter she wrote for a recently published anthology, Second Chance Living, Out of the Darkness and Into the Light, by observing. I had to settle my mind and be free, and then allow my soul and my spirit to help lead the way for me to get out of the darkness and into the light. Get a copy, that's on page 3. Zora Neale Hurston, the noted author, echoed the same sentiment when she reflected, when you find a man who has lost his way, and you don't make fun of him and scorn him and leave him, you show him the way. If you don't do that, you just prove that you're kind of lost yourself. Janae Jones will now present her mom, Mrs. Naomi D. Jones, for your adoration.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Janae, and I'm going to be introducing an amazing woman, also known as my mother. She has a Master's of Science degree in Health Administration and has served as a lieutenant in the U.S. Army Nurse Corps. Our next honoree is also a registered nurse, certified life coach, author, mentor, and inspirational speaker. She is truly a woman of many trades. We all have the decision every day to be leaders. And as leaders, we can enjoy building our legacy and be effective in changing the lives of others. With over 35 years in nursing and 20 of those years in management, our next honoree is well-rounded in what it takes to be a leader. Her genuine and compassionate concern for the future generations is the driving force behind her company, Consults Unlimited. She has specifically created coaching programs in personal and leadership development for nurses. Our next honoree believes we should strive to be transformational leaders from within, using our mind, body, soul, and spirit. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Naomi D. Jones.
Thank you so much. Thank you to my daughter Janae, who, as you can see, these are those times when you say we did good. You know, that's my communications major right there, so we got a future man. I want to first thank the Staten Island section of the National Council of Negro Women, Brenda Jones, President, and the committee for this award. I really want to also congratulate the other honorees who are just awesome in the things that they've done. I also want to thank my husband of 29 years, Jack, who's my heart and my rock. My wonderful children, I have my other son there and my other son was sick. And my family and friends for coming out and supporting me today and also supporting me in my journey. I must say that I was pleasantly surprised when I was nominated, when I was told that I was nominated for this award. In all of my years of community service and working with organizations like Lambda Kappa Mu Sorority and the New York Urban League and Community Health Action, among others, I did that to help people in the community. But when I joined them, I didn't think that it would get me here before this great group today. I never considered that I would be in front of you today as a little girl growing up in Queensbridge Projects. I never considered that I would be in front of you today when I did not graduate high school on time and ended up having to get a GED. I didn't see myself here as a young mother on welfare. But God saw me. stories in my closet. You see, the things that I'm most proud of are not necessarily the things that are in my bio. The things that I did when no one was looking, when I was in my closet. It's about the everyday of doing better and being better. When I was around 8 or 10 years old, that was in the middle of the civil rights movement, and I saw as a little girl on television our struggle that we had, and I watched the dogs and the hoses being turned on little kids that looked like me. And it was then that I figured out that it was there before the grace of God go out. And my compassion was aroused because I knew that. I also saw that when we work together as groups of people who are genuinely concerned about others, we can make a difference. So as that little girl, I made up my mind that I would get involved and help anyone who needed my help that I could help. Like helping my sisters get a leg up when they need it. Those 20 years in management, I had that opportunity. Like giving my sisters and brothers the benefit of the doubt when I do business with them. Like listening to people's dreams and their sorrows and supporting them whenever and encouraging them whenever I could, because I know what it feels like to want to be seen and heard. To stand alongside my sisters and sometimes in front of them when they were being mistreated. As black women here today, that's what we have to do for each other. We have to stand alongside of, sometimes in front of, and sometimes behind each other, so that we as a group can all move forward toward a future where we all prosper. We are in a time when we know better, we can do better.
Amen.
We are in the process of building our legacy every day. And to my young honorees, the young people who received awards and also for their essays, in this room there's a lot of education, a lot of triumph in overcoming obstacles of life, and plenty of us in here who have made it. You are here because of them. And someone opened the door for us, like Mary Mcleod Bethune, who opened the door for us, so that we can freely serve each other. As we remember what was given to us, so freely we should give. My admonition to you is, number one, give honor to those who went before you, and to also remember your peers, because they're before the grace of God will. Amen. Reach out to your sisters. You are being elevated so that you can pull someone else up. In this book that Janet Leslie, so she's just wonderful. I just love my sister. But in that Second Chance Living, Out of the Darkness into the Light, and it's a book of inspirational stories written by African American women for African American women. And I would just like to end with a little bit about second chances, because that's what I do in benefit of, the second chances. I got to throw in the eyes. Our journey is a series of second chances. As long as you wake up and remember who you are, you have a second chance to live out loud. My eyes were opened and I had a second chance at living when realizing I come from kings and queens whose strength and power and leadership is what allowed my people to persevere through the horrors of slavery. My eyes were opened and I had a second chance at living, realizing that the strength of a woman is in her ability to feel compassion. My eyes were open and I had a second chance at living, realizing that a woman's body is built for the miracle of continuing the life cycle of humanity. My eyes were open and I had a second chance at living when I knew and understood the unconditional love of my God towards me and his amazing care of everything that happens in my life. Looking back on my life, I see the hand of God protecting me and directing me toward the fullness of my purpose in service to others. And I want to encourage you today to continue to walk in humanity, walk in humility, walk in compassion, and walk in your legacy, and do your work quietly, and God will reward you openly.